Okay, by 5 p.m. you submitted today's that bio assignment, so that I will have to give you after 5 p.m. that bio assignment too. If you not do the bio assignment, then how can you have to proceed for that bio assignment too? It is very bad. Only 18 students have submitted so far. So that rest 23 students are asked to submit by 5 p.m. today. So that I can have to send the bio assignment too. Okay. So students come that that yesterday I had finished that for protein, nucleic acid, nucleotides. I had finished all these things, and so that we will have to start a new. That means a new person, that is new topic that we'll have to start today, that about enzymes. Okay, that enzymes. So you'll have to know about today that of enzymes. You see that enzymes. You see that enzymes, without enzymes, life is not possible. Okay, life is not possible without the enzymes. They are the biocatalysts and they are required and very much required for the life process. And without them, there is no question of life. So the enzymes, that is very important topic that you must have to remember and you must have to grasp and understand. And I will have to teach you in a better way so that you can have to understand it in magnificently. So that you see that enzymes. First of all, you know that the term enzymes, the term enzymes, that means derived from that of two Greek words, that two Greek words. N means in, okay, and zyme means in, that is en, that is in means, n means that is in, and zyme means to leaven, okay, to that of leaven. Leaven in the sense that what do you mean by that of leaven? Leaven means to that of to raise, to increase. Okay, to increase the metabolic process. So the term enzymes derived from two Greek words. En means what? In, and zyme means to that to leaven. Leaven means that to raise, to increase. So that enzyme means to raise. Okay, to raise the metabolic process, to raise the chemical reactions occurring in our body. So that the enzymes, that means these enzymes that the first of all enzymes discovered by, okay, Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur first discovered it. Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur know that. That means Louis Pasteur is regarded as the father of modern microbiology, and he was a German pathologist. And that Louis Pasteur that formulated a fermentation process, a process of fermentation, that is fermentation. In fermentation process, he found that some factors are responsible for raising the dough of the flour. Okay, that means flour. That means if you have to that mix water and press it, and you will have to make a dough. That means that dough will increase. How it increases? That means how dough increases. It is due to that of some factor. That factor he found that factor he that means he remarked that there is a factor and that factor is enzymes, and that process is fermentation process. And in fermentation process he found that means yeast making that dough increases. And how that yeast doing it, due to a special enzyme present in that of dough, that called gymase. And that gymase is the first enzyme discovered by Louis Pasteur. It is the first discovered enzyme. It is the first discovered enzyme, that gymase. And the gymase is very much is found in yeast. That you know that yeast, that Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is scientific name of yeast. In yeast, gymase is present, which increases that size of the dough. Okay, and it is helpful in that of fermentation process. that yeast is required for alcoholic fermentation also. For the alcoholic fermentation also, that which enzyme that is do also chemical reaction, that is gymase. So gymase enzyme, the first discovered enzymes, and it is present in yeast, and that make the fermentation process easy. So fermentation process is carried out by that of yeast. Yeast, you know that it is a fungus, and that yeast has gymase enzymes which make the fermentation process easy. So which one is the first discovered enzyme, students?
Gymase.
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 Is present, usually present in which organisms?
Yeast.
Yeast. Yeast belongs to which kingdom?
Fungi.
Yes,
Fungi.
very good. Very good. And in which process that gymase is helpful? In which process?
Fermentation.
Fermentation process. And the fermentation process was first of all discovered by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Okay. And that enzymes derived from two Greek words. Which these two Greek words are?
Enzyme.
N means in, and gymes means to label.
Please.
To increase. To raise the torque, the factor enzyme, and he discovered that of gymase, which is helpful in that fermentation. But what the name of that factor, which is helpful in that of a chemical reaction, he did not give such name. Okay, he did not give such name. So it is Kuhne. That is, it is Kuhne. That is Kuhne. He coined the term enzymes. So Kuhne coined the term. Coined the term enzymes. Coined the term enzymes. Okay. So discovered, Louis Pasteur discovered it, but Kuhne coined that it is a enzymes, that it is named. That means which that is increasing the metabolic reaction in our body systems, that factors are enzymes, and it was coined by Kuhne. Kuhne, that you have to remember. Louis Pasteur first discovered it. Kuhne that coined the term, that is enzymes. Then we'll have to know about that. That means it was named by, okay, it was named by, that is Sumner. That is Sumner. S-U-M-N-E-R, that is Sumner. Sumner that called it enzymes are proteinaceous. Enzymes are proteinaceous. Enzymes are proteinaceous. Okay, who coined that enzymes are proteinaceous? That's Sumner. Sumner called enzymes are proteinaceous. So you have to remember name of three scientists. One is Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur, who discovered that of a fermentation process, and also that of gymase enzymes present in that of fermentation process. Okay, helpful in fermentation process, present in yeast, and it was first discovered enzymes. But the term enzymes coined for the first time by Kuhne. Okay, Kuhne coined the term, and Sumner that said that enzymes are proteinaceous. Enzymes are proteinaceous. Yesterday I had told you that enzymes belong to which structure of protein? Which structure of protein that enzymes belong to? Yesterday I had told primary structure or secondary structure or tertiary structure or
Secondary structure.
Hereditary, sir.
that is
Secondary structure.
not secondary, that is tertiary structure. Okay, tertiary structure. Yesterday I had told you that tertiary. Yes, Jyotiranjan, right answer. Tertiary structure. Tertiary structure, that yesterday I had told you that it is most important for biological point of view, and it gives that stability to that of living systems. It is due to that of enzymes. All enzymes are proteinaceous, and they are of that of tertiary structure. So enzymes are of tertiary structure. So enzymes are made up of that of a tertiary structure. So that is three-dimensional structure found in that of enzymes. Okay, that point you have to remember. So that all enzymes are proteinaceous except that of a ribozyme. Ribozyme is a non-proteinaceous enzyme. That you have to remember, that ribozyme. Okay, ribozyme, that is a non-proteinaceous enzymes. Non-proteinaceous. Non, that is proteinaceous enzymes is that of ribozymes. And so you have to remember all such things. Now you will have to know that in my, that means when that means under that means our teacher when teaching us enzymes, he just cited an example, that an example that I am also citing it today, that that time has come that I'll have to cite such example, students. You just see that it is very important that you must have to learn it, that such example, that means how the enzymes play the pivotal role in our life systems. Okay, and how that chemical reaction occurs due to the presence of enzymes. He just cited an example that just our teacher that cited an example that suppose you see that suppose you are going on a road and there was a hill, that means there is a hill, that means you have to cross that hill and go to that side. Go to that side. So what you will have to do? That means you have to climb up. Suppose you are standing, you have to climb up. That means you have to, that is climb up. That is climb up. Then we'll have to climb down. Okay, that is climb down. So that means it is a Herculean task. And it is that is it will have to take the more time and more energy will be lost. So that you will have to reach that point. But you see that in such situation, if there is a tunnel, and you have to utilize that tunnel and you can go to that side. Okay, so that tunnel, that means that enzymes act like that of what? That is that they make the tunnels for you. That means enzymes make tunnel you, and that means if you have to make a tunnels in that of in that hill. That means what you will have to do? That means you have to use that of dynamites. So that you have to use that of dynamites. Okay, so that enzymes act like that of dynamites, and it will have to bore it, and it will have to that it make it. That means it will have a make a tunnel. Okay, that means dynamites will have to. That means it will have to holes. It will make a deep, and that portion will have to be completed, and will have to taken also stones or that sands will have to taken out. So a tunnel will have to be prepared. So you can easily go to that side. So enzymes act like that of dynamics. That means you see that in such a difficult process where it is very difficult without it, so the life is impossible. So life is not possible. That means a life, there is no life without enzymes. So that means all chemical reaction, very important chemical reactions that occur in our body, that means easily carried out by that of enzymes. So in such case, that means in such example, it might have to be thought. That means you might have to be little bit of thinking that how that means enzymes make the that is life process easy, because that dynamites, that means the discovery of dynamites by that of Alfred Nobel, for which that he got that of Nobel Prize. So that dynamites, that means how that make tunnels possible. So nowadays that means it is very easier that surface transport, that road transports, or that of transport of that of locomotives or that railway has becomes easy. Going to that of discovery of dynamites, and that dynamites what make the tunnel possible. And so that you imagine like that of enzymes, that means that are like that of dynamites in our body systems. That means so difficult, that is complex chemical process being carried out by that of enzymes. Okay, students, so that you have to just remember that examples, that how it is very difficult, climb up, climb down. But if there is a tunnel, you can go out, so that tunnel being done by the dynamites, so that In our life system also, enzymes also do all such things. Okay, so you also know that of transport of gases, that means in our RBCs, red blood corpuscles, that means transport of gases, that means oxygen, also oxygen transport, and that also carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide also transport. In that of RBCs, in our RBCs, okay, in our RBCs, there is presence of an enzymes. Okay, there is a presence of an enzymes that is called carbonic anhydrase. That is called carbonic anhydrase. Okay, that means this enzyme is present in our RBCs, and you will be surprised that this carbonic anhydrase is that of the fastest enzyme in the living world. It is the fastest. It is the fastest enzymes in the living world. In the living world. Okay, that means up to the number of enzymes discovered so far. That means carbonic anhydrase is the fastest enzymes. Fastest enzymes. In 1 minute, it will have to produce 36 million, okay, molecules. It will have to prepare, that means produce 36 million molecules. You students imagine that how a Herculean task without enzymes, that means molecules numbering 100 of molecules also impossible. But carbonic anhydrase, which is the fastest enzyme in the living world, up to what enzymes discovered so far, that carbonic anhydrase is the fastest enzymes, that you have to remember. And that produce in a minute 36 million molecules. That means so fastest enzymes in the world, that we must have to remember. Okay, so which one is that of that is first enzymes to be discovered? The first enzymes,
James.
Zymes, yes. And which one is that of fastest enzyme in the living world?
Carbonic anhydrase.
Carbonic
Carbonic
anhydrase.
anhydrase. Very good. Carbonic anhydrase. Now we'll have to know that what are enzymes. Okay. We'll have to know about that of what are enzymes. You know that in chemistry, what are catalysts? Catalysts are used for what? To speed up the chemical reaction. To speed up the chemical reaction. That catalysts are used. Catalysts are used to speed up the chemical reaction. Similarly, enzymes in biology also required for that of speed up, that is biochemical reaction. Okay, biochemical reaction to speed up. Enzymes are used to speed up biochemical reaction. So enzymes are act like that of catalyst. So enzymes are also called that of biocatalyst. Okay, that biocatalyst, because it is speed up the chemical reaction in living process, and it acts like that of catalyst. What catalyst does in that of in chemical reaction. So into that region, enzymes are called as biocatalyst. That point you have to remember. Enzymes are called biocatalyst because it acts like that of a catalyst. Because enzymes act like that of catalyst. Catalyst in biochemical reactions. So into that regions, enzymes are called biocatalysts. And what are the enzymes that you definition that you have to remember? Enzymes are organic compounds. You write down with me. Enzymes are organic compounds. Okay, enzymes are organic compounds. Okay, enzymes are organic compounds produced by the living cells. Where it produced, that is produced by the living cells. Produced by the living cells. That point you have to remember. Enzymes are organic compound produced by the living cell to speed up the spontaneous, to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction. Okay, to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction in and outside the cell. In and outside the cells. Okay. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are organic compounds. Enzymes are organic compound produced where that enzymes are produced by the living cells. Produced by the living cells. For which purpose? To speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction, that is metabolism. Okay, to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction where in and outside the cells. Okay, in and outside the cells. So it is the definition of enzymes that you have to remember. Enzymes are organic compounds produced by the living cells to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reactions in and outside the cells. In and outside the cells, that point is very important there. You have to remember. They are often called regulatory substances. Okay, enzymes are often called regulatory. That is regulatory substances. Okay, that is substances. Regulatory substances. Enzymes are often called regulatory substances. Why they are called regulatory substances? Because they regulate chemical reaction occurring in our body. Owing to that region, they are often called regulatory substances. That point very important, students, that you have to remember. Okay, and they are needed in small amounts. That enzymes are always needed. Are needed in small amounts. In small amounts. The enzymes are always small amounts for any biochemical reactions. And you remember that you don't have to take food. So that is that means high temperature food. That means that is in warm condition. That means you don't take the food of that of a high temperature or that of low temperature. Very bad. If you have to take that of a high temperature, then your that digestive systems will be, that means destroyed. That means will have to be sickened, because owing to that our enzymes can't act. Our enzymes can't act. So that you should have to just, that is normal. That means the temperature, on the normal temperature, you will have to take food. Not even you have to take out from fridge and you have to eat. That is also very bad, because that is on high temperature and low temperature, enzymes can't act. You remember that point. So you don't take, that means your mother just prepared food and you have to take immediately, go to the class, but it is very bad. You have to eat that means you have to wait for while, that means still that is it come to that of normal temperature. So don't take the food at a high temperature or that of low temperature, because enzymes will not produce in our digestive systems, and it will have to, that what food we'll have to take, that will not be digested. Even your digestive system will have to be broken. So that it is very careful, that you must have to maintain that on your part. That that last point is Beula Khora. I am repeating that students, that you don't have to take food of a high temperature. You don't have to take food of low temperature. If you have to take food at a high temperature or that of low temperature, enzymes will be denatured. Enzymes will be denatured, because enzymes do not work, do not carry out the function at a high temperature or that of low temperature. Okay, so on the basis of medium temperature, working temperature, normal temperature, that enzymes function. So whenever we'll have to take food, we have to, you should maintain carefulness that you don't have to take food of high temperature or that of low temperature, taking from fridge, and you have to take that food. It is very bad, because in such condition enzymes will not be produced in our body. Enzymes will not produce in our gut, in our digestive glands, in stomachs. so that foods can be digested. Even taking that of high enzymes, that means high temperature or low temperature food will also that create malfunctions in our gut or in our digestive system. So you should have to take that food at normal temperature. It is advisable to you. Okay, so students, you see that enzymes are organic compound produced by the living cells to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reactions in and outside the cell. Enzymes are often called regulatory substances, and enzymes are needed in small amount. No large amount of enzymes are needed because very small amount of enzymes can speed up the biochemical reactions in our body. Okay, so that enzymes are always needed in small amounts. That point you have to remember. Then students, you see that I'm just telling you that enzymes are not. You see that there are 5,000 chemical reactions occurring in our body. So you see that means a different enzyme. So you remember that 5,000 enzymes also are specified for that chemical reaction, not gymase. Gymase is only meant for that fermentation. It will not have to be no role. That means that enzymes are specific. Okay, enzymes are duty bound, are specific. What that means what role assigned to them, they must have to do it. Okay, so that enzymes are specific and they that means a different enzymes will have to carry out different specific in nature. So they are significant that they only have to be meant for which they will have to carry out such biochemical reaction. So there are 5,000 enzymes are also present in our body systems for carrying out all the 5,000 chemical reactions occurring in our body. Okay, so that you have to remember that one. So students, have you anyone remembered that enzymes? Can you tell me the definition of enzymes? Anyone can tell it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you tell.
Enzymes are the organic compound produced by living cells to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction in and outside the cell.
Yes, very good, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, and why they are called regulatory substances, students?
Then
So
Why
because
they
they
are?
regulate chemical reaction occurring in our body.
Yes, they regulate the chemical reactions occurring in our body. And you have to take enzymes in large amount or small amount.
A small amount.
Small amount. Okay, small amount enzymes are needed for the catalyst or that for the chemical reactions. Okay, students, you see that. That means suppose it is an enzymes. Okay, and you will see that there is a pocket here. There is a pocket here. Okay, that means there is a pocket. Pocket means it is an active site. It is an active site. And that means chemical reaction will be carried out in short side. That means entire enzymes are not involved in that of chemical reactions. That means enzymes have certain pockets or active site where chemical reactions occur and substrate will come, and that you see that substrates come and it is a substrate, and that substrate will come and that will carry out that of chemical reactions. Okay, that will carry out that of chemical reactions. So that substrate will reach here and that reaction will occur. So this is an active site where chemical reactions occur. So enzymes are the organic compound produced by living cells to speed up the spontaneous biochemical reaction. So this is the active site. So each enzyme, so I'll have to tell whenever I'll have to discuss the structure of enzymes, I'll have to tell you that enzymes that is carry the active sites, and that active sites, that means substrate supply to it and chemical reactions occur. I'll have to tell you some details. So I'm just telling you again, teaching you about that of enzymes. Now we'll have to know about that of different properties of enzymes. Okay, we will know the different properties of enzymes. That is properties of enzymes. You see that properties of enzymes, that is these are that of properties, or you can have to call that of Common characteristics. Common characteristics. Okay, common characteristics of enzymes. The first point you have to remember that their chemical nature. Okay, first is that chemical nature. Chemical nature. All enzymes that are of chemical nature because they will have to, because enzymes are generally complex macromolecules of globular proteins. They are complex macromolecules. They're macromolecules. So they will have to carry out the chemical reactions. So all enzymes are chemical nature because they will have to carry out the biochemical reaction occurring in our body. Okay, only meant for that of chemical nature, whether it is digestion or it is respiration or it is excretion, whatever be the process, living process occurring in our body systems, that being carried out by the enzymes, and show all enzymes are chemical nature. Okay, that point you have to remember, that chemical nature. And then we will have to know you that means their molecular weight. Then we'll have to know that that means varied molecular weight. That is varied molecular weight. Okay, molecular weight. That means all enzymes don't have same molecular weight because some chemical process is so fast, some chemical process is so slow. So that means if you have to respiration and excretions, that means that the process, that is all are biochemical reactions, all are the biochemical process, but respiration is a speed up process, whereas that of excretion is that of a slow process. So that we'll have to know that. So that the varied molecular weight, so they bear that of varied molecular weights, and that molecular weights vary from 6,000 to that of that is 46 lakhs. That is varies from that of 6,000, from 6,000 to 46 lakhs. Okay, 46 lakhs. So that the molecular weight varies from that of 6,000 to 40,000, 40 lakhs. Okay, 40 lakhs. That means the presence of enzymes, that is molecular weight, that is 6,000 to that of 46 lakhs. And where that of, I had told you that the carbonic, that is have you anhydrous, that means one that of that is most that is complex enzymes, that you know that for which that of it will have the 36 lakhs molecules it will have to prepare in a minute, so that it has that of molecular weight that of 46 lakhs. But here is that of bacterial cells. In that of bacterial cells, that is 6,000. So molecular weight that is starts from that of 6,000 to that of 46 lakhs. So it is varies. So varied molecular weights found in different life systems and in different living process. So it varies from that of 6,000 to that of 46 lakhs. Then we'll have to know about that they are that of high efficiency. That is, third point is that of a high efficiency. Okay, high efficiency. That means all the chemical reactions occurring in your body. That means efficient chemical reactions. That means how that chemical reactions. If that means if a student is efficient, that means he will be the monitor in the class. So that obviously he will be the leader in the class. So that efficiency make the chemical reaction easy. So chemical reactions occurring easily owing to that of high efficiency of that of that is enzymes. So enzymes are highly efficient owing to that region, chemical reactions occurring speedily in our body system. So that another characteristic is that of high efficiency. Then we will have to know that is action specificity. That is another point is that of action specificity. You see that means I have already told you that there are 5,000 enzymes, that 5,000 chemical reactions, and each chemical reactions is allotted to one type of enzymes. So one type of enzymes will carry out that type of chemical reactions. So that means enzymes are action specificity. That means those enzymes involved in the process of digestion, that enzymes are not involved in the process of respiration. So that means they are different. So why do that? As because why they are different? Because they are action specificity, and they will have to carry out the different chemical reactions in our body. And that means one enzymes. That means enzymes. You see that is in our saliva amylase. That saliva amylase that is present in saliva. That means it will have to carry out what process? That carbonic anhydrase will not carry out that process, that chemical reaction. So these are the action specificity. That means in notes you can have to get it in the elucidated forms I'll have given. So you'll have to get it in that of action specificity. That but important characteristics you have to remember that for the need purposes, that means chemical nature, molecular weight, varied chemical, not singular or lone molecular weight or single molecular weight, varied chemical, that is high efficiency. Then you will have to remember that action specificity, and then temperature sensitivity. Then another point is that temperature, that is temperature sensitivity. Okay, sensitivity. I have already told you that means in high temperature or low temperature. In both cases, that means enzymes will be denatured. Enzymes will be malfunctioned, and it will not carry out any functions. Only that means enzymes can carry out function at the normal temperature. Okay, so that their temperature sensitivity. Okay, temperature sensitivity, and generally human enzymes generally carry out 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. At the temperature of that of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, in that means in human enzymes, the enzymes which are present in our body systems, that means they will have to act at that of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that the less temperature or that of high temperature will denature them. So that you see that suppose one day, that means you are taking that of temperature, high temperature food you have taken. On that day, you'll have two problems in your digestive systems. Okay, you'll have to not feel well, and it is because that. So students, that okay, that light has gone, so that electricity supply has been cut off. Okay, so that you'll have to, in sunlight, with the help of the sunlight, you'll have to read. Okay, so you see that the temperature that is 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. So that it is the normal temperature in which enzymes can act. And the low temperature, high temperature, it is not that is good, because that is enzymes will be denatured. Okay, that is temperature sensitivity. Then another point is that pH sensitivity. Another point, students, you have to remember, I am writing here that point 6 is pH. That is pH sensitivity. Okay, pH sensitivity. That means it will have to be at that of 6 to 8. That pH sensitivity, that is, it is 6 to 8. pH is 6 to 8. That is, it is the normal pH. That means on which it will have to act. So pH sensitivity means, that means it will act at 6 to 8. So that in pH scale, that measurement should be 6 to 8. So you have to remember that. That means it is not so acidic, not so that basic. Okay, in that of middle condition, 6 to 8. So in such condition, that is enzymes will act. So enzymes will act at that of 6 to 8. That pH sensitivity. And low temperature in highly acidic condition and highly basic condition, that enzymes will not act. So that is pH sensitivity. That another point you will have to remember. And that of and the destruction by poison. So enzymes are destroyed by that of destruction by poisons. Okay, in case of snake bite, okay, a person's dying despite being that body system, because body systems are not operating Okay, and so that in that case, so that the destruction by poison. So enzymes will be destroyed by poisons. That poisons will have to the toxic nature. Toxic nature is that will ensure the death knell of that of enzymes. All enzymes will die in our body system owing to that of that is toxic, that is presence of toxins. So poisons. So that you see that time to time that is on the normal on the excretory systems on that of that means toxins are coming out from the body and it is maintaining the balance in our body systems. So if toxic level will be higher in our body systems, then enzymes will be malfunctioned and they will be denatured and they will not carry out any that is biochemical process in our body. So that is that destruction by poison. So you have to remember that of 7 characteristics, common characteristics, they're chemical in nature, varied molecular weight, high efficiency, action specificity, and temperature sensitivity, pH sensitivity, and destruction by poison. These are the 7, that is 7 characteristic students that you must have to be remembered. Okay. And that means these are the most important characteristics. These are the 7 characteristics that in details that you can have to get it in notes also. I'll have to supply you soon. And so that you just tell me that about that of 7 characteristics. The first characteristics is students.
Chemical nature.
Chemical nature.
Chemical nature.
Second one,
Chemical molecular weight.
yes, very good.
Very
Alright,
molecular weight.
molecular weight. Third one,
High efficiency.
High efficiency.
High efficiency.
yes, high efficiency. Then Smaronika told high efficiency. Then third one, the fourth one is,
Action specificity.
Specificity. Action
and the fifth one,
specificity. Temperature sensitivity.
Temperature
yes.
sensitivity.
Then sixth one,
pH sensitivity.
pH.
and the seventh one, that of
Destruction by
by
poison.
yes, very
Destruction by
good.
poison.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so today that I have taught about you that of what are enzymes and what are the characteristics of enzymes. Okay, and in details tomorrow also it will have to take that of 3 periods to complete that of enzymes because it's the most as enzymes are most important. This topic also most important. Okay, now students come to that of questions. I will have now do the questions. So you are now ready and we will have to answer it within a specific time frame. Okay, within specific time frame. So the first question, students, DNA, RNA are similar in that. Okay, the first question, DNA. Whenever I'll call you, tell the answer, immediately you have to just show me on the screen. DNA and RNA are common. Okay, DNA and RNA are common in that are common or are similar. Similar in that. I'm giving you option in that. Okay, have same pyrimidines. Have same pyrimidines. You just carefully you just see the options, then answer. Okay, have hybridins basis. Have hybridins basis. Okay, then come to that option C, that have same sugar. Have same sugar. Okay, have same sugar. Then you just tell that are nucleotide polymers. Are sugars are nucleotide polymers. Okay, students, you just tell me the answer. Yes, Anamika, that is very good. Jyotiranjan, yes, right answer. Then Akhilesh, no, Akhilesh, wrong answer. Aliva, right answer. Niharika, also right answer. Okay, very good. And Bishwajit also, no, Bishwajit, wrong answer. Okay, Bishwajit, wrong answer. So that students, you see that, and Priyanka Bagh, yes, option 4 is the right answer. And any students? Okay, you see that all students should participate. DNA and RNA. Yesterday I had a lot of discussion. DNA and RNA are similar in that. Have same pyrimidines? No. That DNA, I have told you that cytosines and that of thymines, and but RNA, that cytosine and that of uracil. Okay, instead of thymine, that is uracil. So it is not that have thymidine bases. No, DNA has thymidine, but RNA has uridine. So it is not. So have same sugar. No, DNA has deoxy. Have you remember that ribose? It is deoxyribose. Ribose. So it is not. Are nucleotide polymers? Yes, both are nucleotide polymers. So this is the right answer. Okay, so DNA and RNA similar in that are nucleotide polymers. Okay, so thank you, Anamika, for giving the right answer. Then come to that of the next questions. Okay, next questions. Next question is that you must have to ready to give that of answer. Okay, that of failing solutions. The second question, that is failing solution is used to detect, okay, to detect gas in urine. Okay, to detect gas in urine. I'm just writing you that is first is that of lipids, B is that of proteins, C is that of okay, nucleic acids, and D is that of carbohydrates. What will be the answer? Yes, Smaranika, right answer, Smaranika. Brilliant answer. Okay. So Anamika, no. Anamika, wrong answer. Priyanka Bag, yes. Priyanka
Side
Bag, right answer. Elizabeth, option 4, yes, right answer. Jyotiranjan Sahu, no. And Aliba, no. No. Akhilesh Panda, right answer. Avinash, right answer. And Adhyasa Dubey also right answer. Satya Prakash right answer. Sudhanshu right answer. Subrat right. Sudhanshu Das right. Mona Lisa also right. Okay. So the first answer given by Smaranika. Okay. And Swayam Pragya Sahu also the right answer. So that carbohydrate, that is glucose. Okay. So the failing solution is used to detect gas in urine. That is carbohydrate. That is sugar. Okay, that presence of sugar. So that right answer given by Smaranika, and all students who have thank you for giving the right answer. So all you participate. Then come to that of question number 3. Okay, question number 3. Here you see that a peptide bond is formed between. I'm just drawing a diagrams. You also draw with me. Okay, that is question number that we'll have to draw it with me. That is amino acid. Okay, and you see that means you'll have to make it that we have to make it that H2N. You have to nitrogen will have to combine with that of carbon. So you see that we'll have to mark it that of okay, this is 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is 4. Okay, 4. So you mark it that this part, this group 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 groups in that of amino acids. And the question is that a peptide bond is formed between. Question is that a peptide, I'm writing here, a peptide bond is formed in between. I'm just giving you option. Okay, I'm just giving you option. You should be carefully do it. Okay, you should be carefully do it. That 1 and 2 B, that is 2 and 3 C, 1 and 3 D, 1 and 4. Students, peptide bond is, yesterday I had told you that in that primary, yes, Sanvi Parija, 1 and 3. Akhilesh Panda, she, right answer. Monalisha Rautray, no. Adhyasa Dubey, right answer. Biswajit Mahalik, she, right answer. Abhinas Barik, right answer. Okay, Niharika Pradhan, right answer. Satyaprakash, right answer. Alibha, right. Tushar Ranjan, right. Okay, Jyotiranjan, right, but so late. And Shudhanshu Das, yes. And Risita also right answer. Brilliant answer. Okay, brilliant answer. Yesterday I had told you that peptide bond, whenever you will have to make a that yes, that is Priyanka Bag also. Let you have given so late, and Subrat Parik also. That wrong answer, Subrat Parik. You see that. That means you'll have to, that is a carboxyl group and that is amino groups. And the peptide bond will have to form in between that of carboxyl group to that of amino group to that of carboxyl group. Okay, so no hydrogen group and no variable groups are not participated, only in between that of 1 and 3. So right answer will be 1 and 3. Okay, see the right answer. So thank you. And then come to that of question number 4, students. Okay, that is question number 4. You have to be very careful, write down the questions and it will be helpful to you. The question number 4, ATP each. Okay, question number 4, ATP each. ATP, you know that adenosine triphosphate, or not, that is in expanded form, I am not writing. ATP each. I am giving you option, you have to, that is, I am giving you option that is purine, these nucleotide, C is nucleoside, and D is pyrimidine. Students, you give the answer. Yes, Biswajit Mahalik. No. Yes. Yes. Yes, Akhilesh Panda. Akhilesh Panda, right answer. Beula Khora, right answer. Jyotiranjan, Beula Khora, Adhyasa Dubey also right. Alibha, right. Priyanka Bag, right. Tushar Ranjan, right. Abhinas, right. Okay, Abhinas, right answer. So that you see that, students. Yesterday I had told you that yes, Biswajit Mahalik, no, not she, Biswajit, that is nucleotide. That answer will be nucleotide. ATP is a polymer of that of a nucleotide. Adenosine triphosphate is a, that is Subrat Barik case. That is nucleotide. So right answer is nucleotide. That you have to remember. ATP, that is nucleotide. Okay, nucleotide. That ATP is a nucleotide. That answer, not purine, pyrimidine, or nucleoside. It is a nucleotide. Then come to today's the last questions. Okay, that is today's last questions. Today's last questions, that on hydrolysis of cane sugar. The last questions on hydrolysis. On hydrolysis of cane sugar. Okay, on hydrolysis of cane sugar, we can obtain. What you will have to obtain? On hydrolysis of cane sugar, you can obtain. Okay, option A, glucose plus galactose. Okay, then come to that of glucose plus glucose. Okay, then come to that of glucose plus fructose. Then come to that of fructose and galactose. Hey, students, give the answer. Yes, Smaranika Patra, Biswajit Mahalik, Monalisha, no, wrong answer. Jyotiranjan, right. Monalisha, wrong. Adhyasa Dubey, right. Elizabeth, right. Okay, that Alibha also right. Akhilesh Panda, right answer. Sudhanshu Das, glucose and fructose, right answer. Akhilesh Panda, right. Okay, so that yes, Pradimna Shahu, no, wrong answer. Priyanka Bag, right answer. Okay, and Subrat Barik, also right answer, Subrat. And Satyaprakash, also right answer. So brilliant answer given by the students. and that Priyanka Priyadarshini also, and Rishita Das also right answer. Okay, Rishita Das, right answer, option C. And so that students, you should have to participate, all the students present should have to participate in such competitions. Okay, so on hydrolysis, cane sugar, that is cane sugar is sucrose. Sucrose. So you'll have to get sucrose by that of if you'll have to hydrolyze the sugar, cane sugar or that of sucrose, you can have to get glucose and fructose. Glucose plus fructose is equal to sucrose. So this is the right answer. Glucose plus fructose is equal to sucrose. Okay, the brilliant answer given by the students. So many thanks to the students who are participating in that of competitions. Okay, that means it will boost your morale in such of online mode, and in such pandemic situation at home you can also do all such type of questions. Okay, thank you very much for joining, students. And tomorrow that we'll have to that again enzymes, and if you have to any doubts, you join with me on WhatsApp group, and you should have to send me doubt. I'll have to clear it. Okay, thank you, students, for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.